All right, this mess you're looking at here used to be an old barn. We got a ton of cleanup to do here, but basically we have to do some of this project here next because we have to clean a spot out to get rid of our spoil pile from our ditch. And what we're doing with that spoil pile is we're going to widen our driveway, but instead of just piling the clay, we're first going to put down a bunch of this broken concrete. We started last year a little bit, and we got some of this edge. I mean, this building, trees grew up through it, so it's obviously was a little old, but it's actually a fairly long little building. The concrete goes from that little corner, let's see, I guess I never measured it out, but it goes right to about in here because it's right at the back of that tree. And in some sections of it, there's actually a concrete floor they had in there. So this weekend we will be busting this concrete up, throwing some of it down beside the driveway we built, and then we'll be dumping clay on top of that so we can finally get over there and get the rest of that clay picked up and get that part cleared out and finish that ditch off. But now I'm going to test this old jackhammer out, and we'll get this this broken up, and hopefully an honest day's worth of work out of here. All right. All right, this is what we got left of that concrete in the building we're clearing out here. This is where we're getting the concrete for the driveway, and you know, this whole thing was concrete. We're going through picking these stones out. We would have got a lot further, but the switch on the jackhammer broke, and which I can hardly believe. I mean, they shipped the thing all the way from China. You think it must be good if they're going to ship it that far, right? Huh? But anyhow, we still got a lot of rocks to pick out of here, and there's a stump. You can't really see it right now, but it's under that dirt there. I gotta yank that out of there, and then hopefully next weekend I can get back at this and get her. And obviously ain't gonna get done, but we can get more accomplished and more off the checklist. If you notice, I'm kind of destroying the ground back here. That's because there's this big hump here, and water kind of runs towards our shed. My fault. I'm the one that built it there. But now we're gonna fix that, like I said I was gonna do probably 2 years ago. But I'm gonna cut this grass off of here and level the ground, and then we'll reseed this, and hopefully that fixes any issue. We never really had issues with the water. It's just the grass don't grow there, and it gets kind of muddy in front of the door, and that sucks. And I don't want to build a deck or anything because I don't want to make that too comfortable, because I want to stay motivated to build my house up on the hill. So hopefully next weekend we can get at least this part cut down, weather and God willing, and then we can move on from there. Well, all right, here it is. This is what we were able to get done in our one day that we get to work on this. We got the concrete laid along this section, and we got some clay piled on top of it, and we'll let Mother Nature do her work and kind of beat that clay down so it the clods kind of disappear. And then we'll put sand on top of that, and then the 3- and blah blah blah. But I'll get more into detail in that once we get to the actual work of that. But this clay, we're actually thinking the footprint of where we're widening it will probably be about 5 feet more out, so it'll have a nice little slope to it. So if you slide off in the winter, you don't roll down the hill, you just kind of get stuck. But the reason we didn't pursue extending that this weekend is we kind of are thinking we're going to put another row of concrete down the edge of this, and then we'll cover that with clay, because we got to get rid of that concrete anyhow. And then we'll work on sloping it. But with the jackhammer breaking, we obviously weren't able to break up any more of that concrete, so we didn't have the concrete to put here. So this is kind of put on hold. See how the ground is kind of soft here? That's why our staging area for our spoils for the building up the driveway is back over here. I would have loved to take the little dump truck and dump them over closer, save a bunch of time, but you get stuck once and it's just that's a time suck right there, and you just can't be doing that. This don't look like much, but it sure took a lot of our time to move it. I mean, me and my wife worked hard, probably 5.5 to 6 hours to move this spoil pile from the ditch we dug over here. And there's still going to be more coming, because we still got to V that ditch out. But yeah, there's a lot of work, little projects. The guy says a little project like, oh, I'm going to widen my driveway. People think, the majority of people think, oh, that ain't that bad. But man, it can, especially when you only have 1 day a week to work on it. So it's a little time consuming. So in the videos, it may seem like it's taken forever, but when you only get 1 week to work, or 1 day a week to work on something, kind of drags it out. I just figured I'd show this too, since I had the camera. A couple weeks back, I made a video of us planting these sunflowers. They're just birdseed sunflowers we bought from Fleet Farm, and this is what they look like. I know you see a lot of grass in there, but these sunflowers, they'll shoot up and they kind of shade the grass out and kill the grass. So a little grass is okay. You know, you obviously can't have a ton of it, but a little is okay. Yeah, I just wanted to show this little section here. That little section, my wife has some other stuff going on in there, so that isn't the sunflowers. But this section where it's all green, that's birdseed sunflowers.